Miraculous story now. A pilot and co-pilot walk away from a plane crash with just a few minor cuts.
It's so incredible because initially we reported when this first happened that this plane was missing and then it was found. So we take you back to this Monday when it happened near the border between Clark and Skamania counties. Our Jacqueline Abad spoke with the co-pilot and one of the search and rescue members. She joins us live with this remarkable story. Jacqueline?
Jeff, Elizabeth, truly remarkable. The co-pilot tells me that they had that the odds were against them coming out of it without any major injury. They were able to crawl out with just minor cuts to their forehead and legs, which even astounded the search and rescue crew who found them.
The odds were not in favor of us surviving.
Meet Truman, the pilot on the left, and Craig Bellis, the co-pilot on the right. The two were flying a Piper Cherokee 140 from Bend to Tacoma.
The weather's good, it's windy, but it's sunny until we get close to the gorge.
They entered into clouds, and a few minutes later, their engine starts to run rough.
But the problem is we're losing altitude and we can't see anything, which is kind of terrifying. And we're talking to air traffic control, and we're saying we've got a real problem. It's basically a mayday situation.
There was no safe place to land. The pilot decides to land in the treetops. The two brace themselves as the plane goes through the trees and then comes to a stop, landing on its nose.
Truman looks at me and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I look at Truman and I go, "Are you okay?" And it turns out, miraculously, we were okay. Through the incredible skill of my instructor, friend, and co-owner of the plane, who's got almost 20,000 hours as a commercial pilot and a certified flight instructor.
They eventually worked their way out of their seatbelts and got away from the plane. They tried using their technology to get into contact with anyone and even tried starting a fire. When they lost contact with air traffic control, search and rescue crews were called in, including the Naval Air Station Whidbey Island, who followed their flight path and eventually saw the body of the plane amongst a bunch of trees.
So we kind of rigged up to send a couple of our crewmen down. At that point, we saw two guys that were about a few hundred feet away in an opening in the field, and they started flashing a flashlight at us. As the crew chief, I hoisted out both of our flight paramedic and our rescue technician onto the ground, and they kind of assessed the two gentlemen, and they ended up being without very extensive injuries, which was very astonishing for us.
Craig says the search and rescue crew was wonderful and unbelievable.
While the EMTs came down and then zipped us up into the helicopter, and we were a couple of happy guys.
I asked Craig if he plans on flying soon. He says that this won't stop them from doing what they love, which is flying. Now, the National Transportation Safety Board is investigating what caused this crash. Reporting live in Clark County, Jacqueline Abad, KOIN 6 News.
Yeah, just a happy ending in that. Jacqueline, thanks for bringing us that story.